What are the big frameworks in the module? The information processing approach explains the mind as a system that receives, transforms, stores, and produces information. It describes cognition in terms of input, processing, storage, and output. A structural model shows the parts of a cognitive system. For example, memory may be divided into sensory, short-term, and long-term stores. A process model shows how information moves or changes over time. It focuses on operations such as attention, rehearsal, encoding, retrieval, and decision-making. The modal model of memory proposed by Atkinson and Schifrin says that information enters sensory memory, then short-term memory, and may later enter long-term memory through rehearsal and other control processes. Baddeley's working memory model says that working memory actively holds and manipulates information. The phonological loop handles verbal and auditory material. The visual spatial sketchpad handles visual and spatial material. The central executive controls attention. The episodic buffer integrates information. Cowan's embedded processes model sees working memory as activated information within long-term memory. A small part of this activated information enters the focus of attention. Levels of processing theory says that memory depends on how information is encoded. Shallow processing focuses on surface features. Deep processing focuses on meaning and usually leads to stronger memory. Encoding specificity says that retrieval improves when the cues present during recall match the conditions present during encoding. The Gestalt approach says that the mind organizes experience into meaningful wholes. In perception, we organize sensory input into patterns. In problem solving, the way a problem is represented affects whether it can be solved. Unconscious inference is Helmholtz's idea that perception involves unconscious reasoning. The mind uses past experience and sensory information to infer the most likely interpretation. Bayesian inference, pronounced Bayesian inference, explains perception as combining sensory evidence with prior knowledge. The brain estimates what is most likely given the input and past experience. The mental model approach says that people reason by imagining possible situations. They test conclusions against these mental representations rather than always using formal logic. Expected utility theory says that rational decisions should maximize expected value by considering outcomes, probabilities, and utilities. Real people often do not follow this perfectly. The dual systems approach says thinking has two broad modes: a fast, automatic, intuitive system and a slower, deliberate, controlled system. Core idea: models and theories make hidden mental processes easier to study. Structural models show the parts, process models show the flow, and theories explain the patterns.